Hey, Geekscapists, welcome to a brand new Geekscape podcast. I'm Jonathan London, your host. And if this is your first Geekscape, strap yourselves in for some pop culture talk, movies, video games, comic books, TV, all the pop culture goodness that you can fit into your noggin over the course of 45 minutes to an hour. That's what we do here on Geekscape. I like to have a guest who's a fellow storyteller like myself, and maybe they're from film or TV, or maybe they work in comic books like my guest, Brandt, today. He is from Slow Feet Comics. He's got a brand new project coming up that I can definitely get behind. It's for a good cause. I'm all about it, and I actually saw it because a lot of my creators are involved. Are my friends and fellow creators who've been on the show are involved in it, and so it came on to my socials, and I said, "Yo, put a pin in this one. This looks like a project that's worthwhile." And then I was having a conversation with our good friend Craig Rasmussen, who's been on the show many times, and I said, "Hey, what's the deal with this thing?" Actually, he introduced it, and he said, "You should have this guy J.M. Brandt on the show to talk about it." And so he's here right now, and you're lucky enough to be here for that episode because he'll be coming up here in a little bit. So that's kind of what we do on Geekscape. We talk all storytelling. This might be the last episode of the year. I hope you've had a good one. If you want to hear our top 10s, Matt Kelly and I did our top 10s of the year last episode. You can find it here on the feed. Maybe you're watching on Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. I don't know where you watch your Geekscapes, but I do appreciate that you watch or listen to it. I hope that you're enjoying it. Now, when I think Geekscape's about to go into its 20th year. That is psychotic. But I'm honored that some of y'all have been with me from the beginning. Let's continue patting ourselves back. Let's continue patting ourselves on the back for our Big Brothers Big Sisters charity stream that we had, and that we hit our goal, raising money for Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Matt Kelly has to put a big feather in his cap on that one. If you guys still want to donate, you can go to geekscapegives.com and be a part of that. We're going to have more charities in the future, more initiatives like that. That's hand in hand with what we do here on Geekscape and the whole network. So maybe you're looking for more geek talk. Maybe we don't go as deep cut as you'd like on maybe the wrestling or the horror or the film or the TV. You want to go further. Geekscape.net's a great place to find some more podcasts here on the network. And check it out while you're listening to our dulcet tones. Some news real quick. I saw before I started the show that Vince Zampella, co-creator of the Call of Duty franchise and a key figure behind Medal of Honor, Titanfall, Apex Legends, he died at age 55 in a car crash in California here. That's pretty sad. There's been tributes from Electronic Arts and widespread recognition of his lasting impact on the modern video game industry. But I just saw in Geek News that happened. Rest in peace. I am not a big first-person shooter player, but I got to tell you that Medal of Honor and Call of Duty, those franchise. I mean, Medal of Honor when it first came out, it was like we're in World War II, World War One, and I remember playing it quite a bit on the 360, and it was like on the 360 late. Like I think that's an original Xbox game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't play it until it was like one of those more free downloads on the 360, and then I got into it. I stunk at it there too. I'm just not good at the first person shooters. It's crazy because if I do like what are they called when you're like a little bit behind the character, a third person shooter, like Red Dead or with Grand Theft Auto, like that stuff's a little bit more my speed. But the second I'm like first person, I might as well be blind. But rest in peace, Vince Zampella. It's obvious, or Zampella. It's obvious that he was a big impact on the modern video game industry because those are some major franchises in first-person shooters. And rest in peace. All right, we're going to be talking comic books. I want you to be ready for that. I'm going to go right now to the theme song. I'm going to play our credits. When we come back, I'm going to bring on J.M. Brandt. And we're going to talk comics. I want you to be ready for that because that's what I'm promising you. I'm not going to deliver much more than comics. So strap yourselves in and let's go into the Geekscape. All right, Geekscapists, we're back on Geekscape, and just off camera here is my co-host, my daughter Ophelia. She is 16 months old, and she just had a bath. And it's 8 o'clock here on the West Coast. She should probably be in bed, but you can hear her. She's marching around just off camera, and you'll probably see Heidi getting her. If you're watching this on video, you'll probably see Heidi here trying to wrangle her to bed, but she's the most adorable. Just trust me, we keep her off of social media, but she's the most adorable co-host around, and she's awesome. Everything all right, sweetie?
Yeah, everything's good.
Speaking of wrangling, we're gonna try something here, all right? And I'm gonna need the people watching this show right now to help me out with this. My guest, J.M. Brandt, is in the green room right now here on StreamYard, and I can't actually see him. I don't know what's happening with his camera talking to StreamYard, but it's working fine. I saw him for a blip, but then when I brought him on, he looked like it's just a black box, like he was Trump redacted from the Epstein files. Okay, like it was just a black square where his video was supposed to be. He claims he can see himself. Is the JM in the room with us right now? He claims he can see himself. I'm going to trust that when I bring him on, and it's not going to matter because we're going to have a great like conversation regardless. And those of you listening in audio, it's none the wiser, right? But for the video, get in the comments. Tell me if you can see JM or if he's a figment of my imagination. I can just hear his voice through my headphones. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Wait, JM, come back. JM's in the green room. He was in the green room and now he's not. Wait, come back. I just lost my guest. I just lost my guest. So all right, that's the end of that. JM, come back. Come back. When JM comes back, we will put him here. Let me see what happened. Geekscapists. This show is falling off the. It's kind of going looping. It's kind of getting loopy. I'm gonna check for a text real quick from JM. This is a live show, JM. These things can happen. But I started to think things were a little wonky when I couldn't see his square on the live feed. So let's see what they do. Let me wait for him to come back and we will go for it. Geekscape is in the comments. Top movies, video games, comics that you guys have been a part of this year. I'm throwing it to you guys to buy time for my guest to come back into the green room. I usually don't have to do this, but he disappeared on me. And maybe there's an emergency. I hope not. I hope everything's good on his end. We can always reschedule, but throw me what you have been playing, what you've been watching, what you've been reading. All right, that's all I'm asking. But we got some crazies on YouTube. Let me tell you what we're dealing with here. This is why I do Geekscape at 6 p.m. here on the West Coast, because when you get to 8 p.m., you end up with Y2K boy over here going, "What's up? What's up, Y2K boy?" You end up with Mehmet over here saying, "I understand. I do." And Robo Nobody, who I don't think is a nobody, saying, "I just subbed. You look like a good guy." Romo Nobody, you're not a nobody around here. Welcome to Geekscape. Adam Craigthorpe says, "Keep making more videos. You doing great." Thanks. We've been here a while, and our videos, well, you can thank Matt Kelly for a lot of that stuff. What's up, Geekscape TV? Nothing much is up for Geekscape TV, but I'm glad you're here. I need a guest. I need my guest back in the room. That's what I need. I need my guest back. And then now that my guest is back, I don't actually know what my guest did. My guest disappeared for a bit. And then he came back. Is the J.M. Brandt in the room with us now? He is in the room with us now. I'm gonna bring him on. But he came right in time because Y2K Boy is up right now on the YouTube, and he says, I haven't been reading much, but I've been looking for comics. We've got some recommendations for you. One of my favorite books right now is called Skinbreaker. If you like Robert Kirkman, who wrote The Walking Dead and stuff like that, I think the best book right now that I'm really enjoying that's not an absolute DC book. I'm talking about the bigger publishers. We're going to get into indies here in a little bit. But Skinbreaker from Skybound that Robert Kirkman writes and David freaking Finch draws, I think is a masterpiece. I think anything David Finch draws, you're gonna go check that out because his art is amazing. I'm loving that book. All right. Speaking of books that I love, I think J.M. Brandt's got a good one coming down the pipe. And I can see it, JM.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, I am so sorry. And if I weren't drinking eggnog, I would have been super stressed out.
Don't apologize. Here, lower your camera a little bit. So I can lower your camera a little bit. Let's not make you look diminutive. Lower your camera a little bit. There you go. You froze a little bit on me, but at least you're here. Are you here, JM? Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
No, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, there you are. Okay.
I think. Yeah.
We'll find out. I don't know. I don't know. I think you just got to stop stealing your internet, pal. You just got to stop stealing
That's
internet.
True. You know, it's funny because I just had my network adapter fail on me, and I went out and bought one yesterday, and it's working like a charm. Like, this is the first time there've been any difficulties. I have like 180 megabits per second. I'm flying down the superhighway.
It's like, you know what? We like the still image. We're just going to keep it on the still image.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe that's fine. Maybe you're rocking. Maybe in Geekscapists, if you're watching this live, just tell us. Like, is JM frozen on your end? Because on mine, it's just his handsome face frozen. Okay. And I'm like,
is it like mid blink?
No, your eyes are open. Okay. Your eyes are open, but they could also be painted on the outside of your eyelids, like that scene in Indiana Jones. So maybe you're there, maybe you're not, but I can hear you, and that's all that matters. It was touch and go there for a bit, JM. You left me with these savages in the chat, and I do not like talking to randos on YouTube. That's Nomadland, brother, and they could be anybody. They could be anybody.
That is true.
It's good to meet you, dude. We have like 1 million mutual friends.
Yes.
Is what I've learned.
Yes, we do.
And you and I have not met in person.
In person, no. I don't believe so.
We're both Los Angelinos.
There's the first time, yeah. Well, okay. I'm LA County now. I live in Santa Clarita.
But I
am a native Angelino, yes.
Brother, when fire season starts, if the smoke hits you, from me in the smoke from me hits you, I swear, all that stuff, like, you're not too far away, dude.
We're smoke brothers.
We're smoke brothers, and you are in LA County. Yes, you have you're next to Six Flags, but it's all good. Santa Clarita is not too far from me at all. Y2K Boy's back, and he says, I only have 5 comic books. I really want some more though. So you're in luck because JM has a brand new comic that he's putting together on Kickstarter, and you can find it at bit.ly/horror not hate, and it looks pretty awesome. This is a horror anthology that came across my desk because friends like David Boer and Craig Rasmussen, who I just talked about on the show, are involved in it. And Geekscapists, if you go to the bit.ly/horror.hate, you can find this landing page on Kickstarter where you can be notified on launch. And you guys already have 281 plus followers on it. So it's a very healthy place to start on your Kickstarter. But to describe it, Geekscapists, and I'm sure Jam can do it better than I do, it's an anti-fascist, anti-hate anthology of horror comics and art supporting LGBTQIA plus and immigrant rights. So I think that's badass. I've seen several of the stories that you sent me offline, and they look great. And there's a huge variety in both the art and the writing style. And I think anybody who picks this up is going to find something they're going to love in it. Probably a lot of things they're going to love. But I'm just scanning real quick through the pre-launch page to give you guys a sense of this stuff. But
Sure.
yeah, man, this I can't wait for this project. It looks great. And I'm not going to bug you when it launches, but I think anybody between now and launch should start getting notified. You should sign up for this. And then when it launches, you'll be ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. We're launching in 7 days. So
whoa.
Yeah, December 29th is our official launch date. And it kind of happened mostly because I promised other creators that it would
Did we lose you, sir? Did we lose you with your high-speed internet connection?
Maybe. Oh God.
You
Really?
promised other creators what, sir?
Oh, that we would launch by the end of the year.
No, dude, you're kind of close, pal.
Yeah, we're cutting it extremely close. It's basically a technicality at this point. But, I had said this is my first Kickstarter that I'm running myself. And I've been a part of another anthology that it took way too long. And then as a backer, I've backed plenty of comic Kickstarters. And it takes months and months and months, to get the book. After you've pledged your money and stuff. And I didn't want that for our readers. So I basically wanted the book to be totally print ready by the time that the project even started on Kickstarter. So we are very close to being print ready. And I am technically launching in 2020.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting in right, like, under the buzzer there. You're pretty close.
Exactly. Well, with ADHD, we're nothing if not expert procrastinators. So
wait a minute, you don't seem that ADHD. I think your internet's a little ADHD.
My internet is doing like all kinds of weird things. And what's crazy is on my end, I see me buffering, but I also see me moving at like 60 frames per second, and my audio isn't dropping out or anything. So yeah, that's why I want to preface that I'm not in LA City, because here in Canyon Country, the internet's a little more spotty. Things are a little less reliable. Services are not quite as effective.
Well, I mean, you're putting together this really nice anthology, but it's also anti-fascist, and you are in Santa Clarita. I mean, Santa Clarita, some bumper stickers I don't agree with here in Santa Clarita, but
yeah, bumper stickers, flags aplenty.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's a little shaky. Definitely, the politics of this city are a little bit more skewed in a direction that I don't care for, but we make the best of it. And we did correct how we voted in not this most recent election, but the previous one. We're the ones, I guess, that tipped the House in favor of the Republicans. We voted for some guy who used the Top Gun font for his name and slogan and stuff. Yeah. Well, he's an actual fighter pilot, so at least he does that. Yeah.
Okay.
And we did rectify it with a pretty good representative this time, George Whitesides, who
I mean, Jim, it's one thing that I do tell the Geekscapists is this is politics are unavoidable, and this is a political show. Like, we do talk politics on the show. We don't keep it safe. I know I have plenty of podcasting friends who say, hey, they treat like the Michael Jordan approach that Republicans buy Nikes, and I just
play ball. Yeah,
I'm like, no, we good. I mean, when you see something on fire, you do everything you can to try and put the fire out. And I feel like our podcast, even if it may be insufferable for some, if we do that, I will not sleep at night if I don't use my platform for the things that I want to advance. That being said, where did the idea for Horror Not Hate come from? to put out this anthology. You talked about doing other comics, and I agree with you. Like, I just finished the lettering, and we have a finished version of Hear the Prophecy issue 2 that we just finished kickstarting like 2 weeks ago. The book is done. I did just send in a lettering correction. So Geekscapists, if there's an extra week added to the due date, that is on me, because I was like, Jonathan, if you do not fix this lettering issue, like one thing, is just one thing. If you do not fix it, this book is going to be forever, and you are going to hate that for the next several years. So I sent in a quick email to Micah, the most merciful letter, and thank you,
Micah Myers.
I love Micah Myers.
Yeah, he's doing 4 stories for Horror Not Hate. He's amazing.
Micah. He very many times should have just told me to F off, and he has yet to do it once. So I love Micah.
Letterers are the nicest people in the whole industry, I think, is what it comes down to.
And we are annoying. We're like, I noticed that this is, I have one, if you don't mind, there's one little thing that I want you to tweak. And Micah is an angel for even like entertaining my garbage. but yeah, I have one last little fix, and it'll probably be done tomorrow. And then I want to send the PDFs of the digital copy off to everybody ASAP, because the book's done. Yeah. I believe in that, like not waiting for rewards too much.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if you're doing it as a way to like pay the artist or something, and so the artist can't really work on it until there's a proof of payment, that I kind of get. But with this project, everybody's donating their time, their energy, their work. And so it really wasn't a function of that. We're not waiting on anything. The only thing we're waiting on money-wise is we're waiting on the money to be able to print the thing. And then we're waiting on the money to donate, because we're making 2 equal-sized donations to Churla and Lambda Legal with the proceeds from this.
Well, where did the idea come from? I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No. That's okay.
Where did the idea come from? It wasn't just from wanting to kickstart something. The idea came from you being a good person. How did you find this as the medium for doing good? I'm not responding because I can't hear you. I don't know what's up with your internet. You're back, JM. I heard you laugh.
I
don't know what's going on. I blame the dude down the street from you who has a Blue Lives Matter bumper sticker.
Yeah.
He's chewing on a cable outside your house right now. I'll show
him.
Surprise
me. It's only a matter of time before I get doxxed. If this goes as successfully as I want it to, there's going to be people at my door. But this started because I fucking hate the way that our country's gone. I believe I grew up being taught that America is the world's melting pot, that we are the preeminent culture and nation in the world because we embrace our heritage as a land of immigrants, as a land of sorry, my cat just ran in. So
they're accepted here. Your feline friend is welcome here on Geekscape. It's fine. Are they tipping on the internet off and on? Is that what they're doing with your audio?
It might be. It might
Are
be.
they hitting the mute button? or
so my audio's cutting out too, huh?
On my end, but again, you're recording locally, so your Geekscapists maybe just be thinking I'm crazy and be like, Jonathan, his audio is fine, dude. Which once I sweeten everything, it might end up being. So continue.
Okay, so basically I grew up thinking that America was great because of its diversity, because of its inclusion, because of the slogan at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty, right? Bring us your tired and huddled masses. And my family, if you go back a couple generations, are immigrants too. My wife's family,
everybody's is
pretty much everybody, right? I mean, unless you're pure blood Native American,
Sure. Yeah. I mean, my mother's an immigrant from Mexico. My father's side, immigrant several generations, but obviously from some part of England because my last name's London. So
Right.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100% on everything you're saying.
So I mean, the fact that okay, I did not do well during the first Trump presidency. I didn't want him to win
because you're not a billionaire.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not dumb. So that's the other thing. You have to be dumb, racist, or rich to have been on board with any of this.
Yeah, there's a level of ignorance required to have that level of bliss.
Yeah, exactly. So
something like that.
I know plenty of people that have just been duped by all these like declarative statements that get made, like, oh, I brought down inflation and eliminated inflation, I think is what the plaque said, right? He eliminated inflation. Not true.
No,
but
anybody who goes into a grocery store knows that's not true.
Exactly. So
right as he's about to make a statement, Geekscapists, you would just have like an and that's what I hear. And I know what he's saying I agree with.
Yes. just nod your head and pretend that you can hear me. I'll just start saying things that are super embarrassing for the podcast for you.
Sure.
Yeah. So I was beyond enraged when he won a second time, and I knew that it was the beginning of a real disaster. Like he promised it, right? During the lead up to the 2020 campaign, he said, oh, I'm going to be a dictator in my next like I think he used that actual terminology. I believe he said I will be a dictator. And you
said
can
it doesn't
find
sound so bad, and the lightest he put that was doesn't sound so bad.
Okay.
In saying stuff and fawning people like South Korea, North Korea, or some of these people he looks up to, he would say things in a very nice way and say, hey, that doesn't sound so bad. It sounds like they got it figured out.
Right.
The writing was on the wall, and it's been on the wall for 10 years.
I think so. And so I was super angry, but paralyzed by my anger. And as the months went on, and as he took power, and all this legislation started rolling down super fast, I was just doom scrolling the news just over and over every morning, looking at the Associated Press headlines and articles, and just believing for a split second that I couldn't be outraged more or depressed more or angered more.
You're
And
talking post January 20th of this year.
Yes, exactly. After he took office. And every single day I would prove myself wrong by becoming less and less happy and less comfortable.
Sure.
And
I'm just gonna put my thumb up whenever I'm like,
yeah.
Don't know if I heard that last bit, but I mean, to paraphrase, Jay, I'm not just because out of my own not being able to hear entire statements. No, your options were fold or take action in the way that you knew how to take action. And for some of us, like myself, we're gonna go to every single protest. We're gonna do like the No Kings. We're gonna do the Tesla takedowns. We're gonna do all this stuff. Like that's the stuff that I chose to do. With Geekscape, it was like we're gonna give to charities. Jonathan's going to donate to charities. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff locally, and we're gonna see where to put a little bit of our money that we can afford to send to charities as it depletes and gets sent upstream to the billionaires. What we have left, we're gonna see where we can send it to make some change. But those are the options, Geekscapists, when you're living in a situation like this. And I've lost JM again, but the options with anything like this are I can bail, and I can fold, and I can cover my head, or I can take action. And I don't think that I don't think that we have the privilege of not taking action. I think at the least we have the responsibility to reach out to people, to create a community, to create art, to do the things that we're able to do to affect change. And sometimes, like what JM's doing, is that means create art, create stories, make connectivity. This isn't one person making a comic. This is a entire, anthology of several people putting their voices together. So that's why I thought it was cool to bring them on a show. I'm sorry we're having such a technical difficulty on this live stream. I'm fighting what's going on with JM's internet. He's dropped out of the show again. But we will see. Jam, I think I can see you moving. I saw you blink. Are you dropping out, or is it dropping you?
Me. No, it is dropping me. Yeah.
Why does your neighbor effing hate you? And what did you do, homie?
I think they caught wind of this project, and it's
dude,
sabotage.
One of my neighbors always has like Fox News and Newsmax on 24 hours, 24/7, and he doesn't throw a brick through my window. Dude, they're on to you.
I think so.
And I've been vocal, it's crazy.
Yeah, I was on this computer all day today, working from home, and no problems whatsoever. So I am sorry.
Your computer hates you, but not as much as your neighbors hate you in Santa Clarita. You're freezing again. Jam, don't apologize. I think what you're doing is good. If people are watching this live, I think it's I want them to go to bit.ly/horror not hate, and I want to find a way to help this book. Maybe this live stream is not the time to do it. Maybe we figure out maybe we figure out how to do this in a week or so when we have things ironed out. But for people watching live and for people on the YouTube who are like, probably we're gonna keep this on the YouTube. Geekscapists.
Okay.
I think this is episode 739A.
Okay. Great.
I think we're gonna do a 739B.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I think what we're gonna do, JM, is we're gonna figure this out, because I have too many friends, like the beautiful David Bohr, amazing Craig Rasmussen. I think we have too many friends involved in this book, and now you are our friend. I think what we're going to do is we're going to figure this out. We're going to do a 739B, and we're going to stream it, or we'll do it in person. You're not 20 minutes away from me, dude.
Okay.
Santa Clarita is not 20 minutes away from me.
Okay.
I'm in the valley. Like, it is just shooting up to 5, brother. We'll figure out how to make this video, and it doesn't matter what your neighbor does at that point. Chewing on that wire. I hope he electrocutes himself. But this is going to live on the YouTube. People are going to watch it, warts and all, technical problems and all. And then let's figure out a way to do this episode again for the podcast feed and all that stuff for the launch in 7 days of the recording of this of the Horror Not Hate. And I'm leaving that URL up there because it's the most important thing, is the URL.
I agree. Yeah. Well, I mean, for your podcast, I would say the most important thing is that we can hear people and see people.
Yeah, it's just the hiccups. I have no idea what the quality is.
I failed you. Yeah.
No, you fail when you give up. And that goes back to the message that you had 2 choices. You could roll over and just be like, this sucks, and I'm just going to try and weather it. Or you could take action, which is what you're doing with your book. And we all did that in the different forms, right? I was talking about how we can donate. We can take action locally. I'm a subscriber of, I obviously love a lot of the independent journalists that I'm a fan of right now. But Geekscape, did you know that there's like a website called Run for Something? Yeah, I subscribe to Run for Something. Will I run for public office locally? Probably not, but I do keep myself
maybe you should
appraised of what's going on there and say, hey, like, where's the opportunity to do good? And those are your options. Make things better, or maybe just shut the phone. But you only fail. That's where I'm going back to you saying you failed me. You only fail when you give up.
I didn't give up.
Yeah, giving up. We're gonna do the show again. We're gonna do episode 739B, the very quick return of Slow Feet Comics is J.M. Brandt.
Okay, sounds good.
It's not a problem. Damn, it's not a problem. I've been doing this show for 20 years. You think you're the most technical problem I've had? No.
Ooh, is that a challenge?
Oh God, don't do that. Not with this harebrain.
No, I'm kidding.
This harebrain at the helm. You think that I haven't had technical issues? I've had technical issues. But
I've been on some rough ones, but
talk to me usually about that.
Oh, well, just people dropping out, like a round table discussion. I want to say it was about Larry Cohen movies, and there was somebody just like coming in and out every like 5 minutes because he did not have reliable internet. And I'm not quite as bad as that yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting to be the worst technical problems I've seen. Almost.
Well, Star on Twitch says Jonathan running for something, and he passes a rule that arm wrestling is the new greeting. I mean, we can do that, or at least like the arm class from Beastmaster. That's what I would do.
I like the Predator one.
Yeah, well, that's like
for the Predator shake.
That's like that's the Predator shake.
Clasp and flex.
In our comic here, The Prophecy, I took the arm clasp that Mark Singer does with John Amos, and they go, and then I added the He-Man Good Journey, which I think is going to be repopularized when the He-Man movie that they're making comes back out, and everybody's like, "Oh, did you rip off He-Man?" I'm like, yes, I took the greeting from He-Man because my comic is a love letter to all that stuff, and
right.
And I think that's important. It goes back to what you say, like, you can write love letters, you can write art, you can make all these things, but one thing you can't do is roll over. Not an option. Too few people don't exist in this crazy thing that, I mean, we shouldn't exist, Jam. We should not exist. The odds of us existing, life existing, and then us within life existing on this planet.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So
no, we're exactly. It's a microscopic percentage that life exists, let alone intelligent life.
You can take a breather. You can do the mental health thing. You can take a pause, but you can't roll over.
Exactly. And that's what I did. I want to say between November and February, that's what I did. The mental health pause. And then I got up on my horse and wrote it.
And let's be very clear, Tim. These MFers are taking L's. Like L's, but the system is being flooded so virulently that it doesn't look like mass defeats. But if you look at the numbers, or you run the numbers, if you see the stuff that's getting wrecked and stopped, they're taking L's. And you look at the rating at the polls, taking L's. And obviously we saw the last November midterm taking L's. Special elections taking L's. So
yeah,
I have hope. 2026 is going to be badass. I'm marking it.
From your mouth,
it's going to be badass.
Ears.
Yeah, okay. I hope she's listening. But we got the Horror Not Hate comic coming, and that's going to be another W. Geekscapists have their Hero of the Prophecy issue 2 coming. I've got my own G.I. Joe patriotic Super Action Man book coming, but because I love my country and I just want to punch it in the face. But that's why I wrote that comic. Is
exactly
same reasons. Yeah. But I have
we're embracing free speech, and we're standing up for what we believe our country is about, and that's why we love our country.
We're gonna get you right back on the show, Jam. We'll make this oddity up on our YouTube channel and live there.
Yeah,
but we're gonna get you back on the show,
curiosity.
and I'm gonna call the people at your internet company and be like, "Hey, his neighbors chewed through the wires." I'm blaming Craig Rasmussen. The nicest dude ever. I blame you, Craig. I love Craig. Jam, we'll get you back on the show.
Okay, sounds good.
This is my dance to say goodbye.
I appreciate it.
bit.ly/horror not hate until we talk to you guys in about a week. Okay, peace, everybody.